Hey bosses, it's Charles Brown, the Boss Golf here, and I am here to take you on a journey through how I pack for an epic golf trip. I'll be golfing all around the UK. I'll be in London, and then I'll go to Scotland for a 5-day golf trip in which I'll be playing 36 holes for 4 days straight. I'll need a lot of luggage to get there, and I'm lucky enough to have purchased the Traveler's Choice trunk, which I'm hoping will be able to have all of my gear for a week-long family trip followed by a week-long golf trip. The hardest part of this trip is going to be that I'll have 4 days of 36 holes of golf, with one day to start off the trip, and then plus I'll be playing in London. I have a lot of great courses lined up. I'll be playing at St. George Hill, just outside of London, in the Heathland. Then I'll go to Western Gales, Prestwick, Trump Turnberry, North Berwick, Kilspindie, Cruden Bay, Trump International, Cabot Highland, and Royal before I head back. It's going to be a lot, and I'm going to show you how to prepare for one of these really epic golf trips. One of the biggest things people usually get concerned with on golf trips is the weight of the bags. You already have your clubs, which may be causing a weight issue with your bag, so you definitely want to try to get your clubs and what you're carrying in your golf bag as light as possible. But on these big trips, often you can have the issue of having too much weight, then you're at the airport pulling things, trying to rearrange things. So first, always make sure you weigh your luggage before you go. If you're a golfer and you already know that you're going to buy a shirt or two, don't pack for shirts that you know you're going to buy. Just wear them throughout the trip, and that allows you to have more space in your luggage. I myself know I'm going to at least buy 1 or 2 shirts, so I pack enough shorts for every day of the trip, plus an extra set, but I make sure I'm always a shirt or two short when I'm packing, because I know I'm going to want to buy a shirt from Cruden Bay, or I'm going to be really moved by a course that I played and I'm going to want to remember it. So why pack that shirt that you know you're going to buy? Just wear it at the trip. I've even been known to show up in a t-shirt for a course that I'm really excited about and buy a shirt on the spot. So as you can see here, I have all of London and all of Scotland already packed for my garments, and I'm really liking this trunk case. It's got a 70-30 split, so I was actually able to pack all of my shorts and golf shirts vertically rather than horizontally, which gives me 3 other compartments to fill. And for the top half, I went horizontally, but really don't need a lot of extra clothes. And so while you're trying to find extra space, and if you wait a little while, you'll see why I need so much extra space. It's really great to have this trunk style luggage. It's a big tip when you go on a trip, especially if you're going to the UK or Ireland. You want to bring 3 pairs of shoes. I myself do 3 pairs because I'm usually playing 36 holes a day. I switch my socks and my shoes, and actually any braces I wear, at the 18. So once you get to 18 holes, everything gets changed out, and you get fresh socks, fresh shoes. It helps your feet stay healthy and comfortable. It gives your braces and your knees a chance to breathe, put something new on that hasn't been sweated in. It's really a great idea that I think more golfers should implement when they're going for this level of play. Actually, if you have the extra luggage space and maybe you're not doing a trip as long as mine, you may just want to switch out the whole outfit and have a nice fresh start between rounds. A trip like this is not possible really, unless you have like a great coordinator like I do. I use Curran Golf, Curran. If you know me or have interacted with me, whenever I tell you you're going to Ireland, you have to go with Curran. That's just a given. But I'm giving them a real good chance at the Scotland trip, and so far everything's been going really well. So I'm really excited for how everything will unfold, but it's just looking like a great trip, and some of the best golf courses in the world, some of the best golf courses definitely in Scotland. It's going to be a great trip coming up, and I'm very excited. So for a trip like this, definitely need rain gear. Maybe summer, but you never know when you're going to be in London or Scotland when the rain's going to come through, and you never stop golfing when you're playing links golf. So what I like to do is I pack 2 pairs of rain pants, a short sleeve, and a jacket. The reason you bring double of everything, if you get soaked, you may not have time for everything that you're going to wear tomorrow when it may also rain, and it may need time to dry. So you definitely want to have 2 pieces of rain gear for you on these trips. I'm actually a really big fan of this new Sun Mountain jacket I picked up. I actually traveled without a jacket. I found it. It's nice, small, fits into my bag very easily. But I usually go FootJoy. FootJoy is great with rain gear. Love FootJoy's pants. I have multiple jackets. So it's just really something you need to be prepared for on all your golf trips, even if it calls for great weather, if you're in the tropics or if you're in the States or even if you're in whatever country you're in. You never want to be caught out in the rain unprepared. Next up is how I recover. So if you're playing all of this golf, how do you prepare your body for all this golf? As you can clearly see, this is not me in my peak preparation for health and exercise, but what I do is I make sure I take care of my body as best as possible, pre-round and post-round. I tell everybody, you got to lose all that extra range time on a trip like this. Really, on any major trip, ditch the range time. Instead of all that range time, put a lot of focus in on stretching and taking care of your body pre and post round. I myself use a wide combination of different things. Post round, I'm always bringing ice packs. Sometimes I use these cold instant pack ones that I pack and take with me. I often use these little ice bags. It's great because you can fill them with a little bit of water and ice. I attach them to myself, and when I get on the road after 36 holes, it gives me a chance to let my knees recover, my joints recover. I have 3 hours. I can move it around. I can stop at a gas station, fill them up, or a petrol station and fill them up and get them going. Really get my body a chance to fully recover. Next is I have a collapsible foam roller that I bring with me. It is great, especially in the mornings when you're trying to break up some things or in a cool down in the evening. You definitely want to have something like this. Just pull the cord, get on the floor, roll some things out, get those hips nice and loose. It's really a great device. It saves on space. It's much lighter than they normally are. So I highly recommend getting one of these and packing it with you, especially if you're doing a lot of rounds or if you just notice that you get stiff after a couple of rounds of golf. Definitely after most of these rounds I'll be walking. I think I only take a golf cart on 3 out of the 9 rounds, so it's a lot of walking. Every evening I make sure I roll my feet out, get that blood recirculating, and then if I have any knots or tightness anywhere, I definitely like to always travel on these big golf trips with a compressor gun. And it's great, it's small, it's compact, really kind of helps me break those tight muscles up and get myself prepared for another day of golf. As you notice, there's a constant theme on these trips, is that you never stop golfing. I golf all these trips like I may not go back to the country or that location again. And so I like to always make sure I'm prepared to keep the show going. I often get like a tight back on like day 3 or 4 of these trips of just like nonstop golf. So I like to make sure I have some patches. I'm a big fan of Tiger Balm. I've been using them for years. Throw a patch on my back, throw a patch on my calves if I have some tightness, especially in the morning to kind of get things loosened up on that drive to the course. Make sure I get a good stretch, have some creams, some balms that I also bring with me, and then also ibuprofen. Every golfer over 40's best friend. I usually will probably pre-game a round and then with some ibuprofen just to make sure things are standing their best chance of making it through the round. And then usually around the second 18s, most of them at hole 27, maybe I need a little bit more. So on this trip, as you can see, I will probably be driving a couple 100 miles. Actually, on some of these days, I'll be driving a couple 100 miles at night to get from one location to another location in the country. And so for me, I like to make sure during the rounds and after the rounds, I kind of have some snacks I know I can rely on. When you're driving through countrysides of countries you're not accustomed to, or even states that you're not from, you'll find that things are shut down and change a little bit or close a little bit earlier than normal. So I like to always make sure that I have some little extra backup snacks, something I can munch on. A lot of healthy granola mixes in here, almond, cashew, pecans, cranberries. I like to make sure I have a good pack with me. I bring those with me. Also, some countries just have a different level of cuisine, and sometimes you're just like, I want something that I know and I can trust. So I throw a few of those in there, and I usually am munching on them on these long drives that are late at night on single lane roads, sometimes dirt roads, where I'm just trying to get from point A to point B. This helps gives me a little energy to stay awake, especially during a round. We all eat different things, and I find that it's nice to know I have what I like. So now I am packing more of my golf equipment, and we're moving on to golf balls. I usually like to have a sleeve per round. I usually don't need all of those golf balls, but things can go a little sideways. I've not been in my full prep mode for the golf season the way I normally am. So I packed a few extras just in case. But I try not to buy golf balls where I travel because if you buy them at the course, it's a lot more, and I have more golf balls than I'll ever need already here. I will be bringing my Western Birch golf tees. Let me also say, I'm not sponsored for any of this. I just like companies, so I mention their names. But I use my Western Birch golf tees. I usually don't use them in my regular rounds, but whenever I do a round that is special, these are definitely my go-to tees. A new thing that I'm bringing with me, this is not as much golf related, is I got a video game emulator. I have long flights ahead of me, and I definitely want to make sure that I am awake and alert, especially when traveling with my family. And so I got a video game emulator, has all my favorite games. This is an Abernic one. So if you have found one or got one, I definitely would get one, or bring whatever you need for some extra entertainment, especially if you're doing a solo trip. I do love British television, so I'll probably be watching a good amount of that or stuff on my laptop. Definitely look into getting a VPN if you don't have one. That'll allow you to connect to more of the shows that you probably watch back here when you log in. And so you have a lot of great things that you can just throw in to your luggage. Make sure that you have ample space, make weight. So a little more about this trip. I will be at Western Gales as for starting my round. Then I go to Prestwick, Turnberry, North Berwick, Kilspindie, Cruden Bay, Trump International, Cabot, and Royal Dornoch. And the thing that makes this a very unique trip is that for 5 days of golf, I'm going to stay at 3 different hotels. I have quite the trek in between rounds. Some days I'll be ending 36 holes of golf with a 3 hour drive, and some days I'll be ending it with a 2 hour drive or a 1 hour drive. The beauty of this is how relaxing it actually is for me. Usually a point of stress for some people, but this is really just a great journey. You get to meet new people, interact with them in different ways, see different parts of a country that you would never see. And so while I'm all over Scotland in this trip, it's really a great journey, but it's going to require that I am properly prepared for every aspect of it.